Hello everyone, or no one, and welcome to Dello Gaming. I'm a bad gamer and I played Middle-earth Shadow-of-War, and I found this. When Assassin's Creed meets Age of Empire, you get this. It's bigger than Shadow of Mordor, it's better than Shadow of Mordor, it's more cool than Shadow of Mordor, it have dragons, it have sieges, but for some reason it gets incredible boring really fast. So I decided to play Middle-earth Shadow-of-War, which is a direct sequel of Shadow of Mordor, where you continue the story of Talion from the first game and his fight against Sauron and the conquest of Mordor. I did enjoy the story of this game. You get to dabble with the Nazguls, you get to interact with Shelob, which have an interesting part to play in this story. I feel the same way as I did in Shadow of Mordor. I really enjoyed the story arc. I love being in Middle-earth. I love the music, the vibe of this world. I have no complaints about those aspects of the game. I think the combat is also improved upon from the first game. And the game have a lot of more cool stuff in it, like riding dragons. That's kinda cool. The last boss from the first game was probably the worst end boss I have ever played against, but in this one it's fixed and it's quite an interesting fight. The game also have sieges, where you can assault an orc stronghold and try and conquer it, or you can defend a stronghold you own from enemies that's trying to take it for themselves. A big feature of this game is kinda about building up your army to take over the lands of Mordor to defeat Sauron. So the game is like if Assassin's Creed and Age of Empire had a baby in Middle-earth, this is what you would get. You have to recruit your troops.
You serve the bright lord now.
Bright Lord, Dark Lord, same thing really. It results me ripping spines out, which I like to do anyway, so either way's a win.
A fine addition to our army.
Assign commanders and leaders of your army, and you can even choose what kind of troops they are going to be, like archers or wolf riders.
Got yourself another hanger-on, have ya? You'll have a proper army in no time. But you gotta remember, an army needs orders to follow. And I'll tell you what's always a popular one: murder.
You can assign one commander that you can summon in combat to support you.
Well, see you're expanding already. Beauty. You know what you should do, is make that bloke your bodyguard. Anyone looking to carve his way across Mordor needs a guard or two. I mean, I don't. Obviously. If it ever got to the point where I needed a hand on the battlefield, I'd cut my own throat. But you should have some added muscle. No shame in it.
And this is where things are getting a little bit boring for me. The first time you do a siege, you go like, oh fuck yeah, this is so fucking cool. You absolutely love it. And when you win and take over a stronghold, my mind just instantly jumps to Lord of the Rings Two Towers, where Saruman is standing on the balcony over his 10,000 orcs in Isengard, and you go like, oh yeah. But here comes the problem for me. It's super fun the first 2-3 times, but not the 7th, 8th, 9th time. They are not that fun. In the first game, there was one thing I absolutely started to hate, during the playthrough, and that was those short introduction cutscenes of enemy orc commanders. And they are back. Big time. Even more British and even more cutscenes.
I hope we can get the man stench off our fort when we snatch it back from you! Gonna make you die! Painfully!
Let's not drag this out!
And during sieges, or when you defend a stronghold against an attack, you get a lot of these. I just feel like they are so disruptive and annoying, and it's been 1 year since I played Shadow of Mordor, and after the first cutscene of an orc commander, my rage just instantly came back.
You must be the fool who killed my bodyguards! You only delay the inevitable. The blood of man-swine will flow into my belly today, and I'll drink yours first. We should have some fun before we kill him. Oh, I know! Let's pop off his kneecaps! It'll be a laugh!
Just kill the Tark! No more talk!
The orc commanders you have to recruit to your army also have to level up. As you progress the game, the level of enemies goes up. So you have to keep your troops up to date. And if they die permanently. And you have to find a new orc commander that you have to mind control and maybe level up. Getting a commander isn't a guarantee. Some are immune to your mind control, you accidentally kill someone you want to recruit, or they just escape from you. And when you get to mind control one, you have to grind to get some items you use to level him up and to upgrade your troops, which feels like a really long and grindy process to me. So losing a commander feels really bad. It's like the worst feeling in the world. But what's even worse is losing a stronghold. Then you have to recruit a new set of commanders, level them up, and try and get it back. One scenario that tilted me so many times was that you have the ability to save your commander when they are mortally wounded in battle. But it requires you to cast an ability that gets interrupted if something attacks you. So imagine you have just recruited a new commander, spend time to level him up, and then you go on a siege. Of course, the idiot gets mortally wounded and you are trying to save his ass. First you try to start casting and a new orc commander comes in with this annoying fucking cutscene that interrupts your cast, and then you try again and a newbie little orc kicks you and you kill it and then you try again. Then a new orc commander comes in and you get another cutscene and your commander is just bleeding out and you can't save him and he dies. This loop happened several times for me and it felt so annoying. It's probably not as bad as how I felt it to be. It's like if you are sensible to sound, then all sound feels much worse than what they really are. But this is how I felt about this scenario. This is something that happens towards the later end of the game, and it annoyed me so much that for the second time in my life I sent that difficulty level to the floor just to steamroll the rest bits of the game, to see if I missed something cool or if there was anything else that I could discover in this game, because I just was not interested in doing the grinding in this game anymore. This game also have a few DLCs. One is where you get to play the elf lady Eltariel. This was a nice little story bit that happens after you have played through the main game and Talion have taken control of Minas Morgul, where Eltariel teams up with Talion to hunt some Nazguls. That's actually pretty cool. And you also get to experience the downfall of Talion, where he succumbed to the powers of the ring he bears, and you get to fight him in the end. This game also kinda have the same gameplay loop as the main game: get an army, go siege and win. There is also another DLC in this game where you get to play as Baranor, a normal human. In the storyline, he finds out that his brother is a leader of some mercenaries, and you get to play the story as they team up and take control of some piece of land. The game has a different mode where you only have one life, so things feels more at stake. You hire mercenaries with money you steal or obtain instead of recruiting this time. The stakes feels a lot higher, which changed how you choose to assassinate or take out targets, and how to spend your money. I think this was quite an interesting gameplay, but at this point I was kinda done with the game, and I didn't really test it out to the max. It is a grind fest as well, as it's all about getting a high score as possible before you die. And as I said, I was a bit done with grinding at this point, but the idea was kinda cool. I did enjoy so many parts of this game. I think the game is quite cool. It has several "oh shit, this is awesome" moments, lots of boss fights and other cool shit. The story, the environment, the zones, it's all bangers to me, but there is just these couple of things that really annoyed me. One of them is how grindy the game is, and the other one is those bloody fucking cutscenes from those orc commanders. I feel like it's like you have two pairs of the best shoes you have ever used. So comfy, so nice to wear, but you just don't like the color green, and one pair is green. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the shoe, but it's just that one thing that you don't like, which makes you don't want to use them. And that's kind of how I felt about this game. Really good things, but those two things, I didn't like them. But hey, if you like the sieges, you like the combat, and you like making armies, upgrading them, and you like defending, attacking strongholds, sending troops on missions, maintaining your army, and you absolutely fucking love killing orcs, you can spend an entire lifetime in this game. And that is pretty awesome. If we are going to rate this game on the Delo Gaming scale out of 10, we are going to place it on a solid 7 out of 10. The game is very good. I just have two personal preferences that I really don't like about it, but that shouldn't ruin it at all. So I will now leave you with, as always, the wise words of wisdom from the Steam reviews, and I bid you farewell. A bit repetitive after a certain point towards the end game, but overall a really good game. More so if you're into Lord of the Rings franchise, which you should be. Oh, what a game. Story was amazing and gameplay was amazing. Everything was peak. This game is like Doritos, engineered to be addictive, but no nutritional value whatsoever. And if you're not feeling bad about yourself after eating the whole bag, then I don't know what to tell you, man. An absolute must play. Really love this game. Good story, great combat, and the nemesis system of the enemies, holy really keeps you on your toes, forces you to Bear Grylls it, and improvise, adapt, overcome. Recruit orc, life good, orc fight back, kill orc, orc gone, think about orc, recruit. Great game. Shame it took for me so long to play it, but yet again, a wizard is never late, nor is he early, he plays it precisely when he means to. It really makes you feel like Batman. Doing Assassin's Creed better than Assassin's Creed is doing Assassin's Creed. Very nice, I like Kill Orc. So torn on this game, I love maybe 75% of the way through. Once you reach the last act, though it's just the worst grind of a game with an incredible unsatisfying ending. My first death was against a singing orc who beat me up with his guitar. This game is amazing. I have an orc who plays a banjo as my bodyguard. This game is really good until you realize how shallow and repetitive it is. Then you'll never play it again. Kill orc, upgrade, kill more orcs, repeat. Amazing game, and yes, finally you can bring down the Empire of Sauron. It's so damn satisfying, and yeah, I can do this all day.
And then, after decades of war, darkness gave way to light. A new fellowship, and an unlikely hero. Death came. Death to Sauron. Death to his dominion. And death to Tally, who walked out of darkness and found freedom.
Stone by stone, cracked, crushed, fallen.